Hey guys, welcome to Science Ki Dunya. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so that you may get further notification of the topic we study. And also, don't forget to share this video with your friends. Today, we will be studying the muscular system and the digestive system in human beings. So before starting, close your fist tightly and bend your arm at the elbow. Now, feel the upper part of your arm with your fingers of your other hand. What did you experience? Did you feel the hardness in the upper arm? This fleshy part consists of a muscle. Muscles contracts and relax as different parts of our body moves. So when you move your hand up, the muscle contracts, and when you move the hand down, the muscle relax. Muscles gives our body a specific shape and a posture. Muscles are the bundles of fibers that contracts and relax whenever required. Muscles are firmly attached to bones by the means of tendons. When muscle contracts, there is a movement at joint and the bones move either nearer or to away from each other. The action of muscles is necessary for all kinds of movement. It is necessary from a small movement of eyelid to those that demand great strength, as when chopping wood with an axe. We use muscles for various movements like walking, laughing, swimming, etc. There are two types of muscles: voluntary muscles and involuntary muscles. Let's see both of them. What are voluntary muscles now? So, working with our hands, walking, eating, all are the functions which is dependent upon our will. We have to do these things on our own. So, muscles used in these actions like working with our hands, walking, eating are called as voluntary muscles. For example, what are the examples of voluntary muscles? Yes, muscles present in our arms or in our legs. All of these are voluntary muscles. What are involuntary muscles then? Various processes like breathing, blood circulation, digestion are the important functions of our body which is essential for our life. It is not dependent upon our will. We are not doing it. It is happening internally. So, the muscles of organ which carry out these types of functions like digestion, excretion, circulation, these types of muscles which are carrying out, which we are not doing on our own, is called as involuntary muscles. What are the examples of involuntary muscles? So, the functions of organs like stomach, heart, intestine, yes, all of this are carried out in their own fixed manner by the involuntary muscles. Do one activity, find out that which organs in your body are voluntary muscles and which ones have involuntary muscles. Find out and make a list of each type. There are mainly three types of muscles: skeletal muscle, heart or cardiac muscles, and smooth muscles. Let's study what are they. Firstly, what is skeletal muscle? The two ends of each of these muscles are attached to two different bones. Skeletal muscles are responsible for holding the bones of skeleton together and giving the shape of our body. So what is the example of skeletal muscle? See, the arms and the legs are joined by what? By the skeletal muscle. So as I said, the two ends of each of muscles are attached with two different bones. Hence it is responsible for holding the bones of skeleton together and it gives shape to our body. Next muscle is heart or cardiac muscle. These muscles bring out contraction and relaxation of heart. These muscles are present in the heart. Cardiac muscles cause our heart to relax and contract continuously at the rate of about 70 times per minute. Yes, where are the heart and cardiac muscles present? Yes, in the heart itself. What is smooth muscles now? These types of muscles are present in the internal organs other than heart. Means heart is an organ. In the muscle present in the heart is called as heart or cardiac muscles. But other than heart, there are many organs like stomach, intestine, blood vessels, uterus, etc. So the muscles which are present in these types of organs like stomach, intestine, blood vessels, uterus are called as smooth muscles. Their movements are involuntary. The muscles present on the front of the bone in our upper arm is called as biceps. The muscles which are present at the back is called as triceps. When the tricep contracts, the bicep relaxes, and when the biceps contracts, the triceps relaxes. Hence, the movement of contraction and relaxation is done by biceps and triceps. So, now we studied about muscular system. Now, what is digestive system? Before that, we must know what is digestion. Digestion is a process of conversion of food into a soluble form and it is then absorbed by the blood. Means whenever we consume the food, it is made into a soluble form. The chapati you eat does not go inside the blood as chapati only. It is made soluble first and then it is absorbed into the blood. This process is called as digestion. The digestive system consists of alimentary canal and digestive glands. The total length of alimentary canal is about 9 meters. The main parts in the alimentary canal are mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum and anus. These all are the parts of the alimentary canal. Now what are the parts of the digestive glands? Yes, the salivary glands, liver and pancreas. These all are the digestive glands. Where are these digestive glands? These digestive glands are connected to the alimentary canal itself. So let's start with the digestive system. Digestive system starts with mouth. Food is chewed with the help of the teeth into very small pieces. So, let's see what are the teeth required for the process of digestion. Begin with the mouth. So, what are present in the mouth? Teeth are present. So, there are 4 types of teeth, namely incisors, canines, premolars and molars. Incisors are the teeth which is present in the front of your mouth. Canines are the pointed teeth. And at the end of your mouth there is premolar and molar teeth. Every tooth is covered by enamel. What is enamel? Enamel is made up of calcium salt. So you must have heard that your Colgate consists of calcium as well as salt. Hence, this enamel is the outer covering of the tooth, which is a hard substance. Hence, you can bite any hard food substance with your teeth. Salivary glands. What in the mouth, salivary glands are present. Before that, what is saliva? Saliva contains enzymes. What are enzymes now? Enzymes are the substances which our body secretes, which brings out certain chemical reactions. So, saliva contains enzyme which is named as ptyalin or salivary amylase, which converts the starch into maltose. Okay, hence the food we eat is converted into a soft bolus by the saliva which comes And where does the saliva comes from? The saliva comes from the salivary glands. Where are the salivary glands located? It is located in the front of ears, near the pharynx, below the tongue. It is carried through mouth via ducts. The saliva mixes with the food during chewing. After mouth, there is pharynx which is present. So esophagus and trachea opens into a pharynx. After pharynx, what comes is esophagus. Esophagus, where is esophagus now? The tube which is leading from the pharynx which goes to the stomach is nothing but the esophagus. What is the function of this esophagus? This esophagus, it pushes the food towards the stomach. So this pipe-like structure which is called as esophagus is used to push the food towards the stomach. After that, we will see what is liver and pancreas first. Then we will move to stomach. So the liver is the largest gland in the body. It has a rich supply of blood. The main function of liver is to store the glucose. The glucose which is present in the food we eat is stored into the liver. There is a small gallbladder which is situated below the liver. What does it do? It stores the bile juice. What is bile juice now? The bile is carried into the small intestine which mixes with the food and helps in digestion of fats. So whenever the food comes in stomach, after that it enters into the small intestine. So various types of juices comes. It helps to make the food soluble. Hence this bile juice is coming from small intestine which mixes with the food and it helps in digestion of fats. Bile contains bile salt also. What are pancreas now? Pancreas secretes pancreatic juice which contains various types of enzymes. Hence, this is also used in digestion. We will see further the glands and the enzymes, how they are functionable to us at the end. Our next organ is stomach. How does stomach helps us? What is stomach now? Stomach is a large sac-like part. Stomach is a large sac-like part of the alimentary canal. The gastric glands of stomach secretes gastric juice. So stomach has some particular glands which are called as gastric glands. What does it do? It secretes the gastric juices. The food which is entered into the stomach is churned with the help of these juices present in the stomach. There are three components by which gastric juice are made. First is hydrochloric acid, second is pepsin, and third is mucus. What are they? Hydrochloric acids, pepsins and mucus. By these three components, gastric juice is made. These three components mixes with the food and the food becomes acidic. Hence, the proteins are digested in the stomach. Now the food has become semi-solid. So, this semi-solid slurry is slowly pushed into the small intestine. What is small intestine now? It is 6 meters long. Most of the digestion and absorption is done over here only. There are 3 different digestive juices mixed with the food in the small intestine. So as you have seen till now, from each organ there are some juices which are secreted. In small intestine, 3 different digestive juices are mixed in the food. Absorption into the blood of nutrients obtained by digestion of food is occurring in the small intestine. What is happening over here? Whatever the nutrients we are taking inside our body, it is absorbed into the small intestine and it is supplied to the blood. So all of this process occurs in the small intestine. After that, the remaining part is pushed to the large intestine. What is the size of large intestine? It is 1.5 meter long. Only water is absorbed over here because all the nutrients absorbed in the small intestine itself. So the remaining part which is there is brought into the large intestine. The water is absorbed into the large intestine. What is appendix now? A small part called appendix is attached to the first part of large intestine. Okay. Now the undigested remains of the food digested in the small intestine enters the large intestine, as I said. Then this undigested material is thrown out of the body through the anus. So before anus, there is a small organ which is called as rectum. What does the rectum do? And it helps in expelling the feces out. What is anus? Anus is only the opening for elimination of feces. Okay. Hence, the feces are stored in the rectum and the anus is opening by which the feces are eliminated out of your body. Let's study some important glands of digestive system and their secretion and function. Our first organ is mouth. Mouth have salivary gland. What does the mouth secretes? It secretes the saliva, which is known as saliva amylase or ptyalin. What is the function of saliva? It converts the starch into the maltose, which is sugar. Next organ is stomach. The gland which is present in the stomach is gastric wall. What does it secrete? It secretes gastric juice. As I said before, there are three components of gastric juices: hydrochloric acid, pepsin and mucus. What is the function of hydrochloric acid? Hydrochloric acid makes the food acidic. Okay. What is the function of pepsin? Pepsin breaks down the proteins. What is the function of mucus? Mucus is to protect the inner lining of the stomach from the hydrochloric acid, because hydrochloric acid is too acidic. So mucus helps to protect the inner linings of the stomach. So next organ is stomach only. What are the glands? Yes, liver is the gland of the stomach. What does it secrete? It secretes bile. What does this bile do? It helps to make food alkaline. What does it do? It converts the large food particles into the smaller food particles. Okay. So our next organ is stomach only. What are the glands in the stomach? Yes, pancreas are the gland. What does it secrete? Pancreas secretes pancreatic juice. What are they? There are three pancreatic juices, which are trypsin, lipase and amylase. What are they and what are their functions? Trypsin helps to convert proteins into amino acids. And what does lipase do? Lipase converts fats into fatty acids and glycerols. What does amylase do? Whatever carbohydrates we intake, it converts this complex type of carbohydrates into a simple sugar. Okay. Now the next organ is small intestine. What does it secrete? It secretes the various intestinal juices. What are the functions of them? The function is to convert proteins into amino acids. It converts the complex carbohydrates into glucose and it converts the fats into fatty acids and glycerols. So that's it for today's lecture. What we studied today.